I finally got my fiber connection actually working. It has been a long journey to get here. You've probably seen I've done a bunch of clips on this channel. I've talked about it a ton of times in this podcast. Finally, the connection is actually working. Now, it was installed, like, it was in, like, the fiber to the house installed, I think, like, 4 months ago. We originally got stuff started, like, 6 or so months ago. Got it installed back then. Maybe 3. Whatever. It was installed a couple of months ago. And we've had the modem sitting there for a while, and our ISP hasn't let us actually set up a connection. They've just been saying, hey, you don't actually have this installed yet. And they've sent out multiple people to install the box that is already installed. So it's been a mess. Now, we finally had a technician come out to, like, check what's going on. Not just showing up to be like, oh, you know what? The box is installed. I don't know why I'm here. Someone actually checked, like, was the box installed properly? And here's where it gets fun. So, we've had the fiber connection installed to this house for all this time. And when they install it, like, they put a box outside that, like, the fiber from wherever the fiber comes from, comes to the house, connects to this box, the box goes into a modem inside. To that box on the outside of the house the fiber connects to, there's a bunch of ports. I think there's 8 of them. And the people who installed our fiber installed it into port 1. Now, my house and my region is not a port 1 house. It is a port 8 house. I don't know what the ports... I don't know why they have different ports for different regions. I'm sure there's something there. But my house is a port 8 house. So, the people who installed the fiber at my house, they installed it in the wrong port. So all of the equipment we had, working perfectly fine. There was literally no issues on that front. Our modem was fine, our router is fine, our cables were fine. No issue, except they installed the fiber wrong. So we've been waiting all this time just for them to realize they fucked up. Now, when they did the installation, so I think there was 4 people here when the installation happened. And 3 of them seemed like they had basically no idea what they were doing. So my assumption for what happened there is there was 1 person and 3 people, like 1 supervisor and 3 people being trained. And I guess they just decided to train at my house. So, yeah. You'd think the person who was in charge would, double check the work and make sure everything's good. But no. So, yeah, that was fun. Now, we swapped over from our old connection, I think it was 50 by 10. It was 100 by 10. Might have been 100 by... Wait, what did we have before? No, it was 100 by 10. We had a 100 by 10 connection before, and now we have a glorious 250 by 20. Now, fiber in Australia, you can't really... with a residential connection, you don't really get that great. Also, they will overcharge you to the fucking moon if you want upload. So, right now, the connection we have is 250 by 20, and we're paying 100 Australian dollars a month. So, 60 US, I guess that would roughly convert to. And if we wanted to go up to, like, 40 upload or 100 upload, they would add, like, $50 or $100 onto the contract. Upload isn't that much more expensive. The reason why they can, like, get away with charging so much for upload is that the, like, regular person doesn't care at all about upload. They just upload some TikToks, they upload some Facebook videos, some images. They're not doing, like, streaming and high bitrate video, things like that, where you do need that upload. But they do download that stuff. And that's why you can usually get, like, a much better connection on that side. Now, usually when you get a connection, you don't end up getting the, like, the full speed of it. It's like, you pay for 250, but in reality, you're gonna get like, I don't know, 170 or so. But last time, I'm not gonna show the IP because just in case IPs don't swap until this goes up. But right now I'm doing a speed test and I'm getting I'm getting 242 down. So basically as good as it can pretty much get. Okay, drop down to 230. And then upload side, I'm getting 23 and a half right now. 23 and a half upload, which is that is so fast compared to what I had. Because usually I'd be working with like a 7, which is totally fine. Or maybe like a 10, which was totally fine for streaming. Maybe a little bit too close to the border there. Like, because I do 6,000 kilobits, so you want a bit of buffer room there, but now there's definitely that buffer. And now, if I maybe don't have a game downloaded during a stream, it's not a big deal. Like, I downloaded East Origin, which is about 2 gigabytes. It took about a minute and a half to do that, which is absolutely crazy. Like, I've never had a connection this fast. I would love symmetrical gigabit. And I think you can get it with like a business connection. But residential is not happening. I think I've actually talked about gigabit in Australia, but let's see. Australia, not that one. Australia gigabit. Also, if you can hear my keyboard, I've got a new keyboard. I'll talk about that in a moment. I don't know if you can hear it though. Let's find out. You can't hear my keyboard. Okay, maybe just ignore what I said then. You cannot hear my keyboard, but now you know. Aussie Broadband does I think this is the one. Oh, let me show you how just ridiculous the upload nonsense is. So, where is it? Where are their plans? So this is 250 by 25. This is probably what the normal people would get. This is $130 a month. Now, if you want to get 100 up, they add $80 to the contract. And then the top contract they have for the residential connection doesn't even have the top upload speed. You cannot get like 1,000 by 100 or 1,000 by 250 or anything like that. The top they offer is 1,000 by 50. So if I went up to that plan, like, as a content creator, that is literally downgrading my connection. Because sure, the extra upload is nice and it's great for the the regular consumer. But why can I not get 1,000 by at least 1,000 by 100? There is no reason why you can't offer me at least 1,000 by 100. Maybe there's some, like, weird nonsense to their backing, but I don't believe there is a reason why they couldn't try to offer me 1,000 by 100. That's dumb. Like, at least say, hey, maybe the gear you have isn't going to support it out of the box. Maybe you need to upgrade your gear. Fair enough. But at least offer it for the people who want to waste their money. Did I not clean this cup? I didn't clean this cup. Give me 1 second. You know what? I'm just gonna leave the tea there. I made the tea in a dirty cup. Now the tea's gonna sit there and not be drank. That's sad. There's I think it's breadcrumbs in there, so I could drink it. That's sad. I'll make myself a cup of tea afterwards and then stop being sad. But yeah, now we have the 250 by 20 connection. I'm very happy about that. I haven't tested it in the context of gaming or anything like that, but I don't see any reason why it would be any less stable. That would be really weird. FF14 servers. Let's do a ping of the server I'm playing on. ARR status. I've moved over to Aether. Here we go. Let's try that. Ping. Oi. No, the IP is not part of the command. That is basically doing exactly the same as it was before. Okay. So no difference basically in the ping, which is fair. I wouldn't really have expected a difference in that regard. Because I was already sitting on because I run a wide connection as well. I was already sitting on basically as low as your ping is going to get in the context of connecting to servers either somewhere else in the country or on the other side of the world. So now we've got our like what do you call it? We have a modem router combo like most people have. So now the modem is something. So when you have NBN in Australia, they actually install the modem on the wall, and then you'll plug your other devices into that. So now my what previously was my modem router is now acting as a switch and router, I guess. It's not a great switch. It has 4 ports on it. So yeah. Also, it's Wi-Fi and all that fun stuff. I don't use the Wi-Fi for pretty much anything besides my phone. I like having cables, so now I've still got my switch under my bed. It was just a matter of switching the cables over and all that.